Yerp, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy D Scott back again. We got another one. I'm back. Let's get into it. We're gonna break down UFC Fight Night, Perth, Australia. Carlos the Blackjack Ulberg versus Dominick the Devastator Reyes. This is gonna be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss this main event. We're gonna break that down. We're gonna go just go over some of the other fights that we might want to tune into on this card. I give it like a 6 out of 10 for name value. But as far as the fights, I probably go the same. Like the action, probably 6 out of 10, but does have the potential to be an 8 or 9 out of 10 with the fights, just because you never know. Some of these fight nights are turn out to be impressive and pretty good cards. So let's tune into this. I'm gonna break down this fight and we're gonna get into it. Let's go. So this contest between Ulberg and Dominick Reyes is at light heavyweight, which has been it's had some crazy work here in the past. There's been nobody to hold the title more than 2 fights since John Jones left. So it's been crazy work in the lightweight division, but it's been fun to see. There's been good talent, good champions, and we're gonna get into a little bit of that later on. But right now, we're gonna go over the card real quick, and I'm gonna let y'all know the fights to tune into that you should watch. That should be a little entertaining and decent, other than this main event, which I'm gonna break down. But on the prelims, we have first fight I would tune into is actually the second fight on the early prelims. And we got Jamie Malarkey versus Rolando Bedoyo. Jamie Malarkey, he's a decent fighter, but he's been on a slump lately. He's been getting done in TKO after TKO. I thought he might have been cut, after his last fight. I like Jamie Malarkey as a fighter, but he has a good style. He has good, good striking or whatnot. But his defense is just terrible, and he always gets clipped and gets taken out. He can't take punches very well. So, I do want to see Jamie Malarkey get this win and get back into it, and maybe get on a little bit of a winning streak to prolong his career in the UFC. He's kind of young. He's not that old of a fighter, so that'd be nice. But yeah, that's that one. On up the prelims, we got Volkanovski's training partner, Kobe Thickness or Thickness, however you pronounce it. Excuse me if I mess it up. But he's going against Josias Musasa. That should be a decent fight. Then on up, we got I would tune in to Carlos Ulberg's training partner, Navajo Sterling. He's a new up and coming contender, also fighting in a light heavyweight. They do have similar styles. Navajo Sterling came on the scene, I believe it was last year, in Dana White's Contender Series and got a contract. And he'll be going up against Rodolfo Bellato. That'll be a decent one. I would tune into that. Of course, Justin Taffa versus Lewis Sutherland. That'll be a heavyweight. That'll be a decent fight. The other Taffa brother, I think got injured, so his fight got canceled, and it got replaced with them moving. They moved Jimmy Crute versus Ivan Ersline up to the co-main event on that card. So on the main card, I would tune in to, of course, Jake Matthews versus the OG, another OG, Neil Magny, Unk Mode. That'll be a decent fight. I'll probably roll with Jake Matthews on that fight. And the co-main event, Jimmy Crute versus Ivan Ersline, and that'll be it as far as the ones I probably would that are must watch. I'm gonna watch the whole card, of course, but if you just want to tune in and try to catch the good fights, you got other things going on, I would watch those fights for sure. But on up, we got for the main event, which we got a lot of interesting facts that we're gonna get into with this card with Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes. Carlos Ulberg is 13-1. He's 6-1 in the UFC. He lost his debut. He got TKO'd by Kennedy Nzechukwu, but since then has gone on a 6-fight win streak. And although it's been against mid competition, it's pretty impressive and phenomenal to go on a 6-fight win streak in the UFC. Marab did the same thing, even though he wasn't facing the highest level competition. When it was time for him to perform against that high level, he did it. And you see where Marab Dvalishvili is now in the bantamweight. But Carlos Ulberg trains at CKB with Israel Adesanya, the style bender, the former middleweight champion and superstar. Of course, everyone probably knows who Israel Adesanya is. That's the camp he's in. That's who he trains with. The CKB boys. Yeah, so that's interesting that that he trains with CKB, and also that Dominick Reyes switched camps after he went on his 3-fight losing streak after being defeated by John Jones, and he went to Glover Teixeira's camp, which, Alex Pereira is there, Glover Teixeira, and, Adesanya Pereira had a matchup, so that was like a Teixeira versus CKB matchup that went on for years because they fought before the UFC and Glory, I believe. Kickboxing, they faced each other like 2 or 3 times at Glory and then twice in the UFC. So they have some history. So this fight will be interesting. There's a lot of other things as well, but yeah, Ulberg he's a good prospect. With his last win against Jan Blachowicz, Jan Blachowicz, he was able to stand with Jan for 5 rounds and get the decision. So that's pretty impressive. We know Jan Blachowicz was a former champion, and also Jan Blachowicz beat Dominick Reyes for the vacant title once John Jones retired from the UFC the first time. So that's interesting within itself that, Dominick Reyes lost to Blachowicz for the title, and then, that was Carlos Ulberg's last fight against Blachowicz. But you know how MMA math does not add up. The math don't be mathing. So you cannot go off of that. Trust me, I know anybody or any fan or analyst will tell you. So he got that win against Blachowicz to prove that he was ready for the MMA, ready for the top of the division in the UFC with the elite fighters. And he's strong, he's fast, he's pretty athletic, he has good power. He does have a few finishes that he's gained in his arsenal. I think he got one submission win in that 6-fight victory. But that's pretty much, Carlos Ulberg in a nutshell. We're going to get into Dominick Reyes. So, Dominick the Devastator Reyes, 15-4, on a 3-fight TKO win streak as of recent, but was looking like he was headed out the UFC just a couple years back. Dominick Reyes slid into a 3-fight loss streak, all by TKOs before excuse me, before he went on this recent 3-fight win streak with all TKOs, all finishes, to become a contender once again in the light heavyweight division. Like I said, Jan Blachowicz knocked him out for the vacant belt after John Jones left. And then he fought Yuri Prohaska, and that was a possible title contender fight. Got knocked out brutally by a spinning back elbow, and it was nasty TKO. And then after that, got TKO by Ryan Spann. So I was feeling it for Dominick Reyes. He was down, so they pulled back the competition a little bit. And he's been on a roll, and he's got three TKO victories. He beat Nikita Krylov last and finished him. Who else did he? Anthony Smith, and then he got a TKO versus Dustin Jacoby, the former kickboxer, elite kickboxer. So those are three good fighters. Anthony Smith's kind of at his prime or whatever, but just they had to peel back the competition on Dominick Reyes. He was kind of struggling a little bit, but he has found himself and gained this confidence on this current 3-fight win streak, all TKOs, like I said. Dominick Reyes being confident, getting his swagger back, having some motion going now is dangerous. Dominick Reyes is very athletic. He's a former Division I football player. He has great boxing, really good boxing. He loves to throw those good combos. He fights good off the back leg and still carries power. Has a few knockouts where he's been pressured and on his back foot and able to hit people with that left hook or that right hook and drop them. Good jab, 1-2, and his straight is powerful. Dominick Reyes is a very, very powerful guy, but his chin has been suspect. But the milestone in Reyes' career when he fought John Bones Jones, the lone reigning light heavyweight champ that everybody knows, he arguably, most would say, that Dominick Reyes beat John Bones Jones. Although he did not get the decision technically, plenty of people like the Weasel MMA broke the fight down strike by strike, gave it to Reyes. I think MMA Guru did the same thing. He felt like Reyes won. A lot of the UFC fighters felt like Reyes, and commentators felt like Reyes beat John Jones and kind of sent John Jones into retirement, so to speak, until he came back here, the last couple years or whatnot. But he's a good counter puncher, good at getting in and out of the pocket, and sometimes he does swing heavy and wild and leaves himself open to get dropped in TKO. But he's definitely gonna have to tighten up his defense in this fight against Carlos Ulberg. So, like I was saying, in the light heavyweight division, it's been crazy. Like since John Jones retired, Dominick Reyes and Jan Blachowicz fought for the vacant belt. So Jan knocked out Dominick Reyes, got the belt. So he fought, who did he fight? He fought Israel Adesanya, CKB. That ties into, Carlos Ulberg. He fought Israel Adesanya because Adesanya went up from middleweight, dared to be great, so to speak, and lost against Jan Blachowicz it was a very mid performance. Adesanya could have did a lot more in that fight and pressed the issue. So could have Jan, in a way. He's been known to not, force the issue in fights, which I'll talk about later. But So yeah, let me cut this short so I don't make this video long as fuck. But so Jan beat um Jan beat as Adesanya. So then Teixeira MMA, this is Dominick Reyes' team that he switched to after losing those 3 fights. He switched to Teixeira MMA. So yeah, Jan and Glover Teixeira MMA, Reyes camp that he's going to since he went on that skid. He felt like he needed a change, so he went over to Teixeira MMA with Glover Teixeira, and that's where Alex Pereira, the former champ, who also trains at Teixeira MMA, that fought against Adesanya, CKB. So yeah, Glover Teixeira at 42 years old became the oldest fighter in UFC to attain the title. It was a great fight, a great story. I love that he submitted Jan and got the belt. So then, after Glover Teixeira gets the belt, I think he's let me see. Glover got the belt. And then I think oh yeah, he had a fight against Jamal Hill, I believe. So Jamal Hill fought Glover, beat Glover Teixeira. He got the belt. So once Jamal Hill got the belt, he got injured. So Jamal Hill got injured and relinquished the light heavyweight title. And so it was vacant again. So who was it? I think Yuri and Glover fought for the vacant belt. The rematch. So no, not a rematch, that was the first fight. So Yuri and Glover fought for the vacant belt. In a epic fight of all fights. It was an instant classic, and I think Prohaska was basically losing the whole fight, and submitted Glover Teixeira in the 5th round with like 30 seconds left in the fight, and it was epic. You'll have to go back and watch that fight if you have not seen it. Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prohaska. Okay, boom. So Yuri Prohaska has the belt. Then Yuri Prohaska gets injured, so he vacates the belt as well. So after Yuri vacates the belt, then Jan Blachowicz and Magomed Ankalaev fight for the vacant belt. This was a lackluster performance by both of them. Jan had Magomed hurt early with his leg kicks, but still couldn't finish the fight, to get the title. And the fight ended up in the draw. And Dana White was like thoroughly disgusted at both of them. And that's why, Magomed wasn't able to really get the title fight until just here recently. He had to get some more wins until he was like the only contender to fight Alex Pereira for the belt. But anyways, that happened, and the belt was basically vacant again since it was a draw. So instead of having them do a rematch, Dana White brought Alex Pereira in to fight Yuri Prohaska for the vacant belt, if I'm not mistaken. So Alex Pereira fought Prohaska, knocked him out in the second round, beat Yuri Prohaska. So now Alex Pereira to share MMA has the light heavyweight belt, and then he defended it against Jamal Hill. He fought Jamal Hill. Okay. Clear Roundtree, and then he beat Prohaska again. They did the second fight. That is right, and he beat Yuri the second fight again. That was a big fight. Finished him, but then after that, they finally let Magomed Ankalaev, get a title shot, and he beat Alex Pereira. Magomed has the title right now. So yeah, it's crazy. That's weird, like to share MMA and CKB all intertwined. How crazy the light heavyweight division's been. So Carlos Ulberg, let's get back on topic. Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes. That's what we're talking about. I would say Carlos Ulberg, great up and coming fighter. He's fast, like I said before, athletic. He's quick. He has that CKB style. He likes to use those low calf kicks, which is a staple of theirs. And he has good jab, very nasty jab. He likes to throw and then follow it with the straight behind it sometimes, or just pepper you with the jab and then put his combos on you. He'll come in with a good left hook. Sometimes at this combination, he exits with that left hook, cuts an angle, exits with that left hook and catches people. Great, well-rounded, athletic, up-and-coming fighter. Dominick Reyes is, as we all know, great power, like devastating, great knockout power. If he finds the right shot, he can finish anybody in the light heavyweight division. He's back on the roll again. He's got his confidence going. So, with that being said, the boxing style of Reyes is elite. He's a great boxer. He does throw kicks as well. He likes to throw leg kicks, sometimes throw a high kick, body kicks. He's got good kicks. When it comes to the wrestling and jiu-jitsu, I think I would get an edge to Dominick Reyes, and definitely his takedown defense is great. Being that he fought 5 rounds with John Jones, and I don't think John Jones was able to get a clean takedown that fight. He may have. It's been a while, so I don't remember. But yeah, Reyes, I think has the advantage. I haven't seen Carlos Ulberg do a whole lot of grappling, and usually CKB fighters are not big wrestlers. They do have good takedown defense, but a lot of them come from a high kickboxing, Muay Thai background and really focus on their striking a lot and takedown defense. A lot of them are not offensive wrestlers at all. So Reyes could throw that in there to gain an advantage. But in my opinion, in this fight, I'm gonna go with the OG, the veteran, Dominick Reyes to win this one by TKO. It could go either way. This is a close fight. Carlos Ulberg is the favorite, but I see Reyes winning this one with the momentum he's gained here lately. Even though Carlos Ulberg is also on a 6-fight winning streak himself. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all. Going with Carlos. I'm going with Dominick Reyes for the win. And UFC Perth, Australia this Saturday. Tune in. It will be a good one. Y'all take care. I'm out of here. Hardcore Casual MMA. Peace.